dear? What did you find?
Statue. They finished the statue.
That looks like it's a small model.
Probably is.
What happened? The head, it wasn't meant to be like that.
It was meant to be a human being. Now it's a monolith. Wonder why? Well, I'm not sure, dear boy. However, the statue's finished. That means 700 years must have passed since we last stood here.
That's why the place looks so grotty.
Must be.
Well, we've only been gone a few seconds.
Yes, I know, my dear. It's pretty hard for you to understand.
That's what the Guardian said. It would take 700 years for this spaceship to reach the planet Refuses to. If that navigation chart's anything to go by, I'd say that they're almost there.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then where are the Guardians? Well, at least the descendants of those we knew before. Surely they should be here guiding the ship.
I don't think that will be necessary, dear boy. It appears they've introduced some form of automatic guiding device.
Yes, but you'd think one of them would be standing by to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yes, well, now, let's have a look at the scanner and see if that may help. Ah,
Look, the mirror's back.
That's the room where the Earth's population stored in microform.
It's one of the Guardians.
That looks like a monolith.
But the Guardian's working as a kind of servant.
yes, he's not the only one that's doing that.
Looks like some kind of kitchen.
Isn't they sort of slaves, aren't they? What was that?
Some kind of gun.
But the arm.
Yes, it appears the monoids have become overlords.
Doctor, look.
Who are you?
Things have obviously changed.
They can speak. They couldn't before.
I asked, who are you? Where did you come from?
We are visitors to this spaceship. We were here many centuries ago. We come as friends.
Friends to who?
To all who travel in this spaceship.
You mean of the humanoids like yourself?
Well, yes, but when we were here some time ago, we also were friends of your forebears. They were called monoids. Things were very different then.
Strange to think of. You speak of the distant past. Following the recent revolution, we are now the masters.
I see, and the human beings?
They work for us. Is that not true, Yendel?
Yes.
We conquered and you obeyed. And these strangers, they will also obey. Now you will come with us
Why?
to our leader. Here are the strangers, one. Wait. Look.
They showing the history.
Yeah.
It seems that when you were here before, the guardians of that day didn't believe that you could travel through time as well as space. Why have you come back?
The TARDIS made the decision.
Are you telling me that you can't control your own machine?
What's it got to do with you?
Child.
According to the history scan, you brought a strange fever that killed many of our ancestors.
But we also helped to find a cure, didn't we? I mean, the doctor did.
He thought he did.
And what do you mean by that?
You controlled the immediate impact of the fever, but a mutation of it developed later on that sapped the will of the human.
I mean, it was our fault that you took over because of the fever.
In part,
There were other reasons?
the main reason was the Guardians themselves. They were a simple people. They actually encouraged the research from which we developed our voice boxes and heat blobs. They were totally unprepared for the conflict when it came.
What happened to them?
Many
I think that's
were
the same
killed.
actor.
The rest are prisoners. A fact that you will
Surprise
surely
me.
see for yourselves. To take them away to the security kitchen and then call a grand council. This way.
Who do you think you're fooling? There's a face underneath that.
I trust that their return won't give you any idea, Maharis.
No, I'm content to obey.
Crazy eye.
Who told you?
One of the subject guardians whispered it as he passed by the door just now.
Strangers. What sort of strangers?
Human beings.
And I'm afraid the monoids will make very short work of them.
Oh no, they've been taken prisoner.
That proves it's only a rumour. It's like all the other rumours we've been hearing. Look, Vanessa, you know how far the Ark has travelled, and the Earth itself no longer exists. So where could these so-called humans come from?
But on Earth. But as it was millions of years ago. But they travelled through time.
That's impossible.
She's so
You
excited.
need to be a prisoner in it for too long.
Oh, but it could be true, Daphne. Oh, don't you remember the story? Hundreds of years ago, a doctor and a young couple came and then went away again. But they were the first people to call this ship the Ark.
That's just a legend. And legends won't help us regain control of the Ark.
How are you a legend on a thing that never changes? Because apparently, it's been hundreds of years, and the Ark is still exactly the same.
Bring your friends with you. You will stay in this place and help with the task.
I mean, even on passengers, they took over the middle of the
Like the others of your
the spaceship and they made it into a sanctuary.
You must always be obedient prisoners.
I'm still wondering where their kids went. They had kids,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor, did he say doctor?
and I would not doubt them to like pick up 2 more people
But that's incredible.
to give their kids like
If I were to tell you, young man,
friend.
you wouldn't believe me.
Besides, we've got far more important things.
Well, yeah, he already kind of had that track record.
In a short while, Refusis will be ours. We will land there. We will create a monoid world.
come on. He didn't really have a track record. He basically got really like bored,
I have a simple plan that will destroy
and then lost all control of his actions.
Well, and you have to think if it was just them two, their kids would have to.
Yeah, alright. Not right.
And we know what happens when there's a lot of that going on.
Be sure of what Refusis is really like, or what kind of creatures the Refusians are. That's true.
Yeah, you can see the screen a little bit better on this.
Well, it could also be why when the rest of the people woke up, there were no people. Could be just because their genes were all so screwed up after a few generations of.
That's just gross. Stop talking.
I'm just talking about the reality of it.
It ain't the ship, Doc. They never
I know, and I avoided it because I knew it was gross.
Then the lock secured it.
Of course. Take no notice.
That was my first thought.
Before the city.
But of course,
Probably die one
That's
day.
gross.
Something quickly about the situation.
Are there many others?
Generations today, no.
Yourselves as prisoner? Well, not many. The monoids only keep
go back 100 years. I would be like, whatever.
Yeah, that's what all the royalty are doing.
If we get that on, then we're not.
100 years ago. Well, it's because their children are so close together.
Challenge them.
So therefore, if you were to go marry somebody, it would be like
Pretty urgent, too. Time is running out.
someone in town. Who's in town?
People who are related to you
My
because
cousin, my sister, my brother.
Do you think you can do it?
We must try. Otherwise,
What?
there'll be no future for us.
to knock anything
Forefathers
over.
might just as well have stayed
Huh?
on the earth and died with it.
What?
To knock anything over. Oh, that looks funny.
I have no idea what they were talking about because we had the passenger talk.
That's true.
What
Oh,
is this? Why aren't you
mess with
working?
the Hawkeye. Oh, pretty girl. I'm mean. I know I'm mean.
Back.
Exterminate.
Get back.
If I could run right, I would be knocking stuff
Now
down.
you have gained only one thing, the death of another of your kind. Doctor, you and the girl will come with me.
Oh yeah, remember when they started off this thing? Death of their kind didn't matter as much as death of the other kind. Racist.
And now tables have turned.
You stay here.
Why? What are you taking?
They will make the first landing on the planet Refusis. You will be held as a security for their conduct.
The launcher is ready, one. The doctor, the girl, the guardian, and two are aboard.
Good. Then let's hope that they succeed in their mission.
Out.
So this is refusing. Where's the red carpet then?
Perhaps the refusions are hidden somewhere. If so, we must find them. Move carefully, and don't forget that I am still armed.
Alright, that's it for the chocolate. For right now.
Ooh.
Who's invisible? Do they have a ghost?
Yep.
Still no sign of life. Perhaps the audio space research that told us of the refusions was wrong.
Let us return to the launcher and send a message back to the Ark. Tell them they can make their landings quite safely. I'm sure they'll be extremely delighted to hear it.
Yes, I bet it'll take some time to get hold of the population down here, so the sooner you get started, the better, I should think.
Don't worry. It may not take as long as you think.
What do you mean? Are you up to something? No, but you gave yourself away, didn't you? I've got a feeling when the time comes, you're not going to bring the Guardians down here at all. Is that it?
But they promised.
I don't care. I'm right, aren't I?
We were all wrong. This place is inhabited. Come, see for yourself.
It's a sort of a castle.
Why didn't the Refusion see the launcher arrive or make any moves to stop us?
Shall we find out?
Proceed.
Oh yeah, Facebook push. Did you Facebook it? The live video.
It's deserted.
Very strange indeed.
How do invisible people find each other?
There is no one in there.
How can you be so sure?
They must be hiding somewhere. They are just frightened creatures.
I don't like it. This place is dead weird.
What do you mean?
It's a feeling I've got.
I would like to see the faces of these Refusions.
Not sure I would. If they're anything like you, I've seen enough.
I will challenge them like this. They must be in this place somewhere when they hear what I'm doing.
Yeah, they'll attack you.
There's no way to establish friendship.
You little child.
They learn to respect us, the better.
Your friend is right. Put it down.
God?
Where did that come from?
Out there.
No, it came from the direction of that room.
Where are you? Show yourself.
I am everywhere.
I warned you. Put that down.
I
He won't
think
do it.
comes from within this room.
Nonsense. If the Refusion seeks to challenge me, I will accept it.
You have been warned.
Woohoo! Somebody needed to put him in his place.
Thank you.
Child.
As your friend said, I'm here in the room with you.
You won't need that now.
They must have landed by now. We should be getting a report from 2.
Yes, one.
What is this? Personal?
What was the plan you had for destroying the Guardians and this spaceship?
A short while after we leave, they will disappear in a cloud of fragmented pieces.
You mean a bomb of
Self-destruct.
some kind?
A fission device. I had it made secretly, and it is ready to be detonated at any time.
Maybe they are the Ood.
But where is it?
And that hair just comes down to the face at some point.
Excellent one.
The last place they would think of looking. That is, if they even suspect its presence before it goes off.
Then that will be the end of all human existence.
What was that?
Notification. Some stupid news app I gotta get rid of.
You drop a pill in, and within seconds it becomes something.
Bring your news. Why does everyone back away?
Because he's one of the subject guardians, what you'd call a collaborator.
What does your news amount to? How much can we trust you?
But you must. It's important.
Go back to your masters.
What I have to say concerns us all.
Perhaps we should listen.
No, he speaks with the voice of the monolith.
No longer. They intend to betray us all. Even those of us who worked for them. They plan to leave us behind when they land on Refuses.
Would you have expected anything else?
But there's more. When they go, they'll leave a device behind that will destroy the Ark and everything in it.
You sure?
Yes. I overheard one telling another monolith.
No other devices?
No. I only heard them talking. I couldn't see where one pointed.
And somehow, we shall have to find out.
And that
We
was
are
their
all
aim,
too close
to
for
land there
comfort.
And recreate life on this planet.
Yes, we've known for some time of the journey of the vessel you call the Ark.
You are sitting
and we
across
welcome
from
it.
an empty chair.
That is we
Why is there
make
chairs
it
in this place?
I see, just to make us comfortable. I didn't think you needed places like this for yourself.
No. Once, we had a shape and form something like you. Then there was a galaxy accident, a giant solar flare. Now, we no longer have a being that you can see or recognize.
But, can you see each other?
Not even that. Oh, we can sense one another, but that is all. That is why it would have been good for Acusis to be inhabited again by life and the signs of life, provided that the beings who come to take our place are peaceful.
You ever thought about that this could be an actual real life story? I mean, you ever see a poltergeist video? That show poltergeist isn't actually a dead person or a
Or an
demon.
alien.
It's probably just a creature that exists here that we can't see. And that's a jerk.
Prepare to deal with these unseen
And
creatures.
thinks it's funny to scare us.
Mm.
We, meaning only the monoliths.
However, they have also said that
We've spoke of it before.
it could also be a clashing of two dimensions. So a parallel dimension clashing into our own. That's why they have the
I've got
man.
trouble with my dimensions all the time.
I know, right?
Always clashing.
That's why they have the
Plaid with
Mandela
stripes.
effect. Huh?
Plaid with stripes. Oh,
Waddle waddle. And the duck said to the man, "Hey, you have any grapes?" Waddle waddle.
What about the monoid? Do you think he's gone back to the dormitory?
We'll soon see.
Refuses to the spaceship Ark. Yes, to give us your report. Are the landings possible? The planet offers everything we need. But I must warn you. Listen to this carefully. When we first arrived, we exited.
Woo! Oh yeah, you got blown up. Got blown up. Got blown up. Jerks.
Two, are you there?
number 2.
Answer me.
Who is number 1? You are number 6.
Nothing, my dear.
I'm not a
You
number.
just have to wait until the next
Until the
party
end
there.
when he's number 1.
Mhm.
What if they don't come? What if they decide to find another planet?
Well,
By the
in
way, I made that
case,
joke a
we
while
just
back.
have to stay here.
I said, "What is this, the prisoner?" Over your head.
I was zoned out somewhere, I think. But yeah, the numbers around there next thing.
To top it off, they have to hold on to the little thing every single time.
Yeah.
I am ducking. Is this? No, this doesn't seem right. See, we now need to set this up like it's Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, so you put the camera behind us.
Yeah.
Then we don't need 360. Just shoot.
But at the same time, I mean, if we could put our two selves in the chairs and then put the two dogs next to us and we're just sitting there watching the show. We don't need Crow and,
Then we would just need the dogs talking about the show.
it's okay, we'll find two people to do the voices for the dogs. Rocket! Not on video.
Why am I not hearing anything?
I don't know, my computer's in my lap. Because I'm waiting for no one to show up. I don't think this works if you can't hear it. I don't see subtitles.
No. Oh, no, I'm not hearing anything. Oh, God. Not a volume thing. Let's see.
It's a video there. Waddle waddle. the grapes. No, it did it. It totally did it. No, I'm not.
Two, are you there? Two, answer me.
Doctor, what do we do now?
Nothing, my dear. We shall just have to wait until the next party lands.
But what if they don't come? What if they decide to find another planet?
Well, in that case, we shall just have to stay here. Hmm?
Oh yeah, it's just planets all over the place.
What has happened? Why
the
does
TARDIS.
Two no longer give us his
But it's
report?
on the ship, not.
No.
Actually, you're wrapped up like a pretzel.
Or that he was at
What?
You're wrapped up like a pretzel.
report of conditions on the planet refuses started.
Is that because my leg is so close to my body? You mean like
What do
this?
we do?
Mhm.
Or, you know, see if I can get both of them to do it. Like this? Can't do this, can you?
Hell no. I'm gonna try it.
Proceed with
No
our
one needs
plan.
to see that.
We will prepare ourselves for a
This one's the fun one.
landing. One has spoken. Get the launchers ready and prepare the monoid population trays for the journey.
That poor dog behind you. It's such danger.
She's fine. Or even better, like, me showing up, show.
At last, a new planet of our own.
Hey,
where
dude,
we
can
can
you do this?
establish our own way of life. Yes,
Get deeper,
what?
too.
Like a word of warning. What's that? Or is beginning to question the wisdom of your
No,
leadership.
probably not.
Don't worry.
Let's do some yoga.
But you already knew that the answer to that.
We should do that after this. We should do DW Don't Blink tries to do yoga.
As easily as we did in a spaceship once we have left it. Remember?
No.
The
60
final
jumping
marker,
jacks?
which is locked in the case of that statue.
Playing with the dogs?
Look, bad enough when you were jumping, stuff was falling down. I jumped like an earthquake.
We are, as you know, concerned about the arrival of the Ark and what it will mean.
We probably should.
Yes,
Huh?
yes, I can
But we
quite
probably
understand
should.
that.
Yeah, we've been sitting all day,
Sorry for
dude.
launcher.
Here, we've always known peace.
I don't even know what's
No
going on
war
anymore.
or conflict.
You're not the only ones like
I was
that.
trying to pay attention and do both, but I
You know, the
did.
humans
I
who
messed up.
travel in the spaceship. They used to have your ideas.
That did not
Yes,
end
that's true,
well.
my dear, but you mustn't think they were perfect. Oh, no. Sometimes they were extremely intolerant and selfish.
Is that why they were conquered by the monoid?
Exactly.
Yes, I know. But there are some of them left who
Bill
wouldn't
has to
mind
learn to
rising up
retweet.
against the monarch and trying to do better.
Then we
Bill
will
has to
allow
learn to
them time
retweet.
make their attempt.
Why?
We will
Because he
make them
just
part
liked
of
the
one
fact that we
day
were
that
on
we think in terms of employing
second half of the arc, episode whatever, Doctor
One
Who.
day. Thank you.
I should do that
Now, it's up to
tweedly
Stephen and the
deedly
others.
thing.
Quite so, my dear.
Twiddly
Quite
diddly
so.
diddly.
Monoids are up to something.
Twiddly
Rushing
diddly.
around all over the place.
Do you think they're preparing to leave the Earth?
I'm bored.
Probably.
No.
Still, this episode's better than most.
The walls are thick and the doors only open from
That's a
the
kitchen.
outside.
Well, who opens it? Well, they do. Sometimes one of the subject guardians...
I wasn't paying last time they were in the kitchen.
Then we must get him to help us.
He won't. He's too frightened.
All right.
There's probably a button for
We'll have
retweet.
to use
It's
his
probably
help
this
without his knowing.
sweet thing.
Yes, it's the recycling thing.
I retweeted.
I see that. Anthony tweeted!
Contains 1,000 monoids.
Woo! Whoever's watching this video way after we did it live. Anthony tweeted!
They must switch their new life on Refuser. Very quick.
Chirp, chirp. These monoids are real jerks. I mean, like, you think the Guardians may not have treated them that well, but they weren't planning just to blow them up on the ship.
Actually, they worked pretty well with them anyway.
Right. Didn't
They
seem to
gave-
be mistreating them at all.
They never did that.
All the other subject
Mhm.
guardians are still under the illusion that they will be coming with us to refuse it. They are a blind people. They deserve their fate. Yes. What were you going to say? I was reporting that the preparation of the launches is proceeding satisfactorily. Good. Then we shall leave shortly.
See, they're all like stupid people that are gonna get blown up and all that stuff, when reality is if they go down to the surface, they get blown up.
Morris, what's the news from outside?
The monoids are preparing to leave. And you still think they'll take you? Why not? We could serve them on Refusis as well as here. Just a moment. Where's Captain?
Asleep.
Mhm.
Harry, I don't think you saw me, though we haven't much time.
What first?
Oh, we agreed.
First, we've got to find that bomb that the monoids left behind.
The moment we land, then we decide whether one is to stay our leader. If Refuser is dangerous, we must return to the Ark before it is destroyed. There is still no contact from 2 on Refuser's 1. Never mind that. We will now go there ourselves.
So one may be on his way out, too.
Told you, they go down there, they're gonna get
The main landing
killed.
zone.
So they're not going to wait any longer.
Like that drawing in the back of all the other, like, landing craft.
It is set. It is time to explode in
It's been over 100 years. Do you think they'd figure out a way to talk without holding on to things? Then again, we could say that about the Ood.
Hmm. See, I think the little trash bins.
Let's spin in space that makes noise.
Whee! Whee! It's like the landing pods. It's like the barf pods. Just spinning like that.
They stop spinning.
Yeah, but I mean that.
Look, their little Christmas tree is hanging out next to the big ball.
Stephen was right. The monoids
Christmas
have
lights.
gone everywhere.
Christmas lights.
What now?
Just find that bomb.
We've got to find a way of getting back to Refusis.
Why don't you just stick everybody in the TARDIS and take the TARDIS off?
I don't think they know how to operate it. Doctors on the planet.
Good. Everything seems to be
We need
quiet.
Darvall to come back in time and help them.
This planet
Well, actually,
is
this would be
ours.
forward in time.
Look. There is the reason why 2 failed to complete his message to us.
Mhm.
A reason and a warning. We must find to destroy that launcher and then destroy them. made a mistake in bringing us here. We will have to wait for our chance, then challenge him and return to the Ark. There is still time before it is destroyed by that bomb that has been left behind. Come, we must not let one and the other get out of our sight.
So 4 has designs on 1. 2's already gone.
Well, it could be anywhere. In the corridors, in the jungle over there, in the cultivated land.
Technically, is he number 3 now?
What's that?
I guess.
We are in contact. Who is that?
This is Refucius, contacting spaceship Ark.
The Doctor. Oh, Doctor, this is Stephen.
Oh, thank heaven, Stephen, my boy, you're safe. Now listen, the Ark is about to blow up.
We know that. Do you know where the bomb is?
No, I do not, but I'm going to find out from the monoids. In the meantime, I'll send back some of the launchers to the Ark. Now, continue with the search.
All right, you heard what he said. Let's get started.
But Doctor, how are you going to talk to the monoids? And how are you going to send the launchers back to the Ark?
Yes, Doctor. How?
Oh, I'm glad you
There we
heard
go.
that. You know, these launchers are simple to operate, and I would like to suggest, my friend,
Invisible person.
that you fly them back to the Ark.
Me?
Yes, the monoids won't know who's taking them. And as for me talking to them, or speaking to them, as you say, well, the problem's quite simple.
Very well.
Bill says don't
We
fall
will do as
asleep.
you suggest.
Thank
Who?
you.
Bill?
Hi, Bill.
Ah, so we meet again. Welcome to Refucius.
Don't kill them.
Yep,
One
you
will
will.
want to question them. You will come with us.
Delighted.
Actually, I already fell asleep. The end of the last segmented section thingy. I think now my body's so used to falling asleep to this.
Who is it that travels in that launcher? We have seen no one since we have been here.
Well,
He says you
to
look
the
too
truth,
comfy.
Neither had we.
Have you checked this?
What's the use? There's nothing there.
Well, there's no point standing around moping just because the monoids promised you something and then failed you. You've got to do something to save yourself.
I believed in them.
Stephen, come quickly. Oh, what's that? One of the launchers has returned from Refucius. But what?
There's nobody in it!
You when we opened the door.
Except for God. Oh God.
Doctor, where are the Refucians?
I don't know. I haven't seen one.
Thank you. I know, they're gorgeous, aren't they? And they're like little dead rugs right now. Yep, little dead rugs right now. Sorry, my computer's over here, so I don't have it in the way.
If they don't, they will die. Perhaps. But it would seem that we will die as well. Do you seek to challenge me, Paul? You have led us to this planet and placed us all in danger. If that is the way you feel, then return to the Ark. We will.
Wait. He took his hand off the little talkie thing.
And they used to communicate with each other without the talkie thing.
Leaving you with but one problem, that of getting rid of it. But since it is inside the statue, and the statue itself is so heavy, I think that you will find the problem of disposal is
Phil
not
says he
so
thinks that
easy.
you want to lie down and sleep next to the dogs.
No.
Those of you who wish to stay in
Yep.
this world of the unknown will side with one. But those who care for the future of the
Oi.
monoids must come with me.
I guess I can put this here. This is going to break the only thing that works for me for work.
Will you let them go? No.
Nope, that seems like a bad idea. Bad idea.
We'll destroy them in the open. And we will
Much
deal
better.
with you at the Refucian.
Just hit the dog.
I'm sorry, pretty girl. I love you.
Well, I think we
Love
should
you.
split up.
Come
Some of us
here.
should go back to Refucius to help the Doctor and Dodo. Whilst the
Come
rest
here,
stay
pretty.
here and try to deal with that bomb.
Yes, that's a good idea. Is it? Why should any of
Come
us
here,
get
Olga.
ripped free and blown up?
Come on.
Population.
Yeah, like
Anything
no.
else that represents Earth life.
She still doesn't know what happened.
Or why.
Stevens says. That's why our forefathers started this voyage to space in the first place, 700 years ago.
But we're alive. Why should any of us die for an idea that they thought of?
You served too long with the monoids, Nahardis. They no longer belong to us. Let him go with the landing party.
I am now seeing this reaction.
That's fine. That's okay. If you take the launcher, go with him, okay? And you too.
Yep, she just lied
Contact
back
the doctor
down.
as soon as you can. I'll stay here. All right. Back to witnesses.
I'll stay too.
Bye.
Alright, I see you don't love
You could
me.
have gone with.
You love
They
him
don't need
instead.
You don't know the art. You'll need me to help you find the bomb.
You are handsome.
Let's try behind that central scanner.
I don't know. I had that other girl too. It was right behind her head the whole time. Oh, that bomb. It's probably the sphere.
Probably.
Thank you. I randomly painted it purple. I don't know why. I think we just needed to paint it one day and I was like, purple. That's the color we're doing. I still need to decorate it. It's been for years.
You are.
I now see why it took so long for you to answer my responses. Because
You were getting quite impatient.
the video does not catch up.
No. And then if you're not watching it, you don't see it right away. Anyway, even when it does finally come up.
We are going back to the Ark. That is now against my orders. Your orders. You have given too many and delivered them unwisely. Now they mean nothing to us. You have had my last warning.
Does that mean he's number one now?
Nope.
Never
Number
mind.
6 just went down.
Number 77?
Up.
Waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle. Run!
It's like a whole bunch of the penguins fighting each other.
It's very pixelated on top of pixelated. It's like we're watching little screens that have little screens in them, and little screens in them. Close up in on the model, right in front of her face, so whatever's behind it looks like it's actually much bigger. Or makes whatever in front of it make it look much bigger than what's behind it.
Better make sure everything's all right first.
No. Actually, the video on the screen that I'm looking at is a good 30 seconds behind. So whatever you're seeing is a good 30 seconds behind us. So it's like I see your response, and you still have to wait some time before you actually hear my response to it.
Another one down.
One more after fighting.
Hey guys, you don't have to protect yourselves. You just have to keep out of their fight.
Right. Kill whoever's left.
Master, one needs your help down there.
No questions as to why
yeah.
are you here.
Yeah.
What is more important is the Ark still all right?
So far, but they haven't found the bomb yet.
We have found the bomb. We must warn them immediately. Come along.
But what about the monoids?
Where they're fighting, there won't be many of them left.
Splendid. Come along.
Yep. Can't wait till they get it so that it's actually kind of seamless, where it's, you know, I don't be impatient because I am impatient. I have to wait forever for a response. It's so ridiculous. I think if it's not on a camera or something, it actually is pretty much seamless. Because I've had a few times where I went on Facebook Live, and people have been like, "Hey, Kristen," and I'm like, "I didn't want to be noticed yet. I barely looked at this.
It's up there. In the head of that thing.
Oh, you found it!
Well, you must have some lifting gear. We only need to get it into one of the launching bays.
Nothing that can handle anything like that.
I think I can help you.
Hmm.
Clear this main deck.
God's back. Why are we staring at a wall?
I think it's supposed to be like his point of view as he's
So
approaching
let's
the
hope the
thing.
movement doesn't set it off.
Pushing the ugly statue.
Ooh, it's like the spaceship, just a little model flying in the air. Well, I mean, Twitch was built for it.
Meant nothing at all.
That's the whole point of Twitch.
Listen to the rest.
What's that?
Live streaming's the whole point of Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
It is ready for firing.
Oh, he loves the 360 live streaming here. Did he say it's ready for firing?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a torpedo bay.
I know.
Do you think you'll be able to
And when did the door get that big?
now?
We'll manage. Especially if the Refusians help us.
We'll do everything we can to assist you in settling on our planet.
Thank you.
But one thing you must do.
What's that?
Make peace with the monoids.
He's right. A long time ago, your ancestors accepted responsibility for the welfare of these monoids. They were treated like slaves. So no wonder when they got the chance, they repaid you in kind.
Unless you learn to live together, there is no future for you on Refusis.
We
This,
understand.
by the way, sorry, I totally ignored this. This 360 thing does not offer a Twitch.
No,
You know, I
no.
once said that to
There
one of
may
your
be something that
ancestors
does,
a
though.
long time ago.
I don't think Twitch supports
However, we
360.
must be going. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. It's not just that the camera has to support streaming to it. It has to support 360.
No. But what's really cool is that if you had VR glasses, you could put this on right now and get a virtual reality of my room.
We know that our children will.
This is our game
Our
room.
children.
If we were to tell them the story, do you think they'd believe us? Or would they just dismiss
That's why the TV's so big.
We'll make them believe it.
Who's the warden? That's bad.
Looks like it's the warden.
You're a horrible man. Horrible.
We're landing now, Doctor. Good. That means the gravitational bearing must have rectified itself.
Hey, look at this. Isn't it back?
Yes. Very nice. Bless you.
Oh, Doctor, don't
I
say
see.
you're catching a cold now.
He's phasing in and out of reality.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone.
Well, where are you? What do you mean, dear boy? I'm still here.
He turned into one of the gods.
Doctor, you vanished.
What? Oh, nonsense, child. Nonsense.
You have? Do you think this is something to do with the refusions?
It must be. You're wrong. This is something far more serious. We're in grave danger. This is some form of attack.
Well, that was not fun.
Hmm?
I said, well, that was not fun. Oh. I don't know. I think it actually was fun because it was finally something where it's a video and I can make fun of it. Now what? Damn it.
Yay! It's time to record.
Be gone with your bad selves. So we're gonna keep this on for that?
Just because we don't know how well the other thing works yet. So we want to overlap at least once. Then
Yeah,
we'll know
I'm still
if it
trying
works,
to figure
so we
out
don't
how
have
to
to.
get some extra stuff in. I think... Are you cool yet?
Oh, that look. I'm so good at getting that look.
We don't get paid for this. I'm working on Patreon. It's gonna happen. Whoa, somebody else is watching? Who would watch us? What's going on here?
I'm not watching us.
Am I? Is it me? Who you're looking for? No, I'm just kidding. Says 2 people are watching. I wonder who else is trying to, watch. Hi, other person. We're gonna now talk about what we just watched because it was so much fun. Well, God was in it. And number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
Okay.
I don't know if that was number 22 or 77.
There it is. Hello.
I don't shut up.
I know. Believe me, I know.
And it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started. Oh.
What?
Yeah, I was singing.
I know. I was trying to tune it out. Woo-hoo! I'm so mean.
Oh, you're so nice.
I'm so mean.
You're so nice. Why would you be mean? Somebody stopped watching us. We were horrible.
Really?
It was my singing.
Believe me, if I started singing, they wouldn't be able to exit the stream because they'd be dead in front of it.
Just forever, just because. This is the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. Yes, I'm ridiculous. Why am I ridiculous?
But it's cool.
Duh.
Can't take things too seriously.
Who takes anything
Then they're
seriously?
not fun.
What is seriousness? Are you serious?
I think it's a disease.
It's a disease.
Okay.
Just like addiction to TV. I want to put YouTube on.
Well. All right. Mode video. Now the problem is I'm rapidly running out of tripods.
Tripod. Speak up. Yeah, I have no more. That's my only
And
tripod.
I kind of have to sit probably next to you.
Why?
Because I was going to shoot like video with this as well. Or we could just do audio with this, I suppose.
We could always just turn that light off and plug the happy light in and probably position the happy light just right, maybe. Maybe. Do you think that would work? Or we could lean that
That'll
light
work.
up against something.
That'll work. It'll have to work. It'll have no choice. What's this thing doing?
You might want to unattach yourself before you start getting up. Just saying. Who's a bad person? Not Rocky, right? Rocky, you good boy. You gonna knock everything over again? You gonna knock everything over again? Yeah, you are. You're gonna be like, you guys been talking too long. Knock everything. Oh, somebody else is watching us.
It's still not
People
me.
are crazy. Man, what's up with this?
Especially tuning in at this point. Which
I
is
know, we
like-
already finished the video. But now we're going to talk about it. Woohoo! Aw. See, they left us. It's because I keep calling them crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Congratulations, Anthony. It's your turn to knock everything over. Oh, you stinky.
Hmm?
Or is it you? I called you. Handsome dog. What? What are you freaking out for?
Just trying to get this thing.
I'm still working on Premiere. I think I just got...
Ah!
Okay, we have two little Oz on you.
And there goes
You're
the
gonna
table.
you're gonna make this move again. Alright.
Really? Dog. Really?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he? He loves to move that table. Oh, I guess when... Oh, we're watching season 3.
3.
Yeah, Anthony did knock over the camera for a second. I didn't know you were back. Welcome back.
Who? Who's
Oh.
back? Oh.
He's gonna knock it over again. He's probably gonna hurt you again. I'm sorry.
Bill got hurt?
He said, ouch, that hurt Anthony.
Oh.
Exclamation point. He's gonna be like a little bit of a extra person we're talking to that nobody's gonna understand. If I put this over there, that would be perfect. You know, you could take the other side of it, right?
Done.
Okay, sure.
Untangling.
Sure. That back away from moving of camera.
Ooh.
360 camera has to move. Alright, so new question. Who's gonna hit everything? You or Rocket?
Alright.
It's a legitimate question. It's sad that it's a legitimate question, but
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is kinda
legitimate
sad.
question. What?
Just trying to get the legs to be in the right place.
Hey, you know what? Why don't I move this down here? He says he would totally watch the whole thing, but he has to leave for dinner in about 10 minutes. Well, technically, so do I. But this is not going to take 10 minutes.
Right. It's going to take more than 10 minutes.
So, luckily, I added on another hour. Woohoo!
Alright. Were we going to put on the happy light?
Do you need the computer to be plugged in?
Not anymore.
And you can plug in the happy light. Happy light!
Happy light!
Tap, tap, happy light. Oh, my computer's gonna die.
Ooh.
I'm at 29%.
You turn on the freaking happy light.
There's a little switchy thing.
I'd be infuriated by the time I get the happy
No,
light.
like,
Oh, it's on the cord. Ah!
I'm pretty sure that
Damn.
used to exist back in the day. How bright is the happy light? It's bright enough.
We lit them with candles.
Oh,
Oh.
you're that old.
Oh, God. Oh, thank you. Right. Oh, I need my mic. Ooh. Then we'll need to. Why is this thing going? Oh, it's formatted already.
Well, I mean, what's better than an all-you-can-eat buffet, dude?
Oh, God.
Then don't eat too much and
Is that
come
where
back
Bill's
for
going?
the leftovers. Yeah, that's where Bill's going.
Hey, Bill.
As soon as he leaves, there's no reason for us to have this on here anymore.
That's true.
People are just going to show up and be like, I thought they were watching TV. No, we're not watching TV anymore.
We're talking about watching TV. Oh, I need my stuff. I need my information. Ah! Keep almost dropping things. Aren't we glad we ate?
What kind of breath was that?
That was I'm not just gonna let loose in your room.
Oh, man.
What? I still can't believe there's a companion named Dodo.
What does Yo Essay mean?
Yo,
Essay!
Essay!
Yeah,
What's up,
that's
Essay?
what I was about.
That's what that's about.
I got it now.
I'm eclipsing you. I'm like the moon. All right, let's get this show on the road.
I didn't put any makeup on today. Does that make
I
you
know.
feel better?
I'm surprised. I was actually going to mention that before. That you're doing 360 video, the whole thing. And
Well, I figure I look like crap anyway. Whatever.
You didn't have your makeup person come and.
You know, honestly, if somebody's gonna watch this video, they're gonna watch the dogs more than they're gonna watch me. Okay? It's the truth. Did you already hit record?
Yes. I'm just gonna let you keep going. We'll light you out with this extra light.
I already look like a ghost, dude. I don't think I need.
You need to get outside more.
I'm outside.
Hey, Essay. Guess where she went to visit the doctor yesterday?
He is referring to Lake Minnewaska, and
He knows exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I know he knows exactly what you're referring to.
He's the only one watching.
Yes, but eventually somebody's gonna be listening to this.
They don't need to know our business.
Lake Minnewaska in upstate New York, very nice place. What did he just say? I can't wait to play with your... That's...
Oh my God, Bill.
No.
That's disgusting.
Nope.
You're not supposed to talk about that in public. He promises us the one and only time he'll say that. I gave him an Amiga joystick yesterday.
I was not... No.
Yeah, the doctor knows how... And we're not talking about Doctor Who right now. We're talking about the doctor. The doctor's visits that Bill and I used to take to Minnewaska and Lake and Mohonk Preserve. It was because I worked, so I had to take the day off.
Well, anyway, if you want to see photos and a little bit of video from that, I did post it up on my Instagram, which is the HV Millennial.
Oh,
it's
God.
kind of
What the heck is wrong with you, you crazy animal? Get your paws away. Get your paws away. I said no. You will respect my authority. Oh, fuck's sakes. Now I dropped the bomb. Not come over. I say fuck sakes doesn't mean come over here and stick your head in my crotch.
Bill's gonna have a field day right now. I can just see it. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, Rocket! Rocket, no! Rocket, no!
No, it's not a word that this dog knows.
No, Rocket. Thank you. No.
This dog is a disaster area.
You're so cute. You're the worst dog ever, but you're so cute.
Where the hell were we? No. Oh, so go bug the other one. You alright?
I'm fine. I'm waiting for a response.
Do you need a moment? Alright.
I'm just waiting for a response from Bill saying, like, what just happened or something. Alright, well, that was fun. But yeah, so if you want to go see some pictures and video from me walking around Lake Minnewaska or anything like that, you can go to the HV Millennial and check it out on Instagram.
If you want to get attacked by dogs, just come here on Sunday and watch Doctor Who with us.
Well, I mean, the dogs make it into the Instagram too, but they're a lot less destructive outside where they can roam around. Mm-hmm. Except for the one time where Rocket very closely tried to go after little duckies, but we stopped him from doing that.
Okay. So. We ready? Is that our musical introduction?
Are you ready for this? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, I'm Anthony.
2 5/4.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is
DW something blink.
You blinked. We know that. Because you
I didn't
admitted
blink.
to it.
No. I didn't actually blink. Yes, but I also kept my eyes open too.
Who are you kidding?
It happened. I was able to slightly close my eyes and wake up at the same time because I got to see the little trammy thing take the doctor and everybody back to the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you realize I didn't say DW don't blink, by the way. This is DW don't blink.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I said DW something blink. You didn't pay attention.
Nope.
Not
I
one
never listen
attention.
to what you say.
Okay, well, that makes much more sense as to what's going on right now. I'm just gonna look out the window.
I've got way too many things going on.
You know what? It's 5:48 at night.
It's quite dark.
And it's dark out.
That's because it's cloudy. It's raining.
It's summer too.
And we watched The Ark.
And it's cloudy and it's raining out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a sign.
Why?
We have problems coming our way.
Do you mean we should be building one instead of watching it?
Yes.
So this is
some sort of episode of some number, which he will find as he scrolls through this tablet. If you
23.
ever wondered what he's doing when he stops talking, because I know I've never done this before.
It's episode 23. The Ark.
How is it an ark? Oh, I don't know. When you first see it, there's just humans on it. Oh, but wait, there's a mirror full of other things.
Well, no, the mirror is when they take them to the room. Well, first they materialize on what looks like a forest. So Dodo.
She's going to go extinct. Just like the dodo.
Yeah.
Her track record's not too far back because the doctor just lost 2 companions.
Yep.
And she's now the 3rd one. And her name is Dodo.
She knows everything about nature, but of course she doesn't seem to notice the fact that they can't possibly be. Well, what she doesn't notice is the fact that there's no sky; it's metal. That she doesn't notice, but she knows everything about nature. That she made sure to mention that. Well, first, as you noticed, she came out wearing like some weird medieval jester's outfit.
Yep.
And which was odd.
By the way, we're on a 360 stream, so like if you want to actually see us do this live, you can try and catch us. I think we're gonna start doing this every Sunday, aren't we?
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh God.
And the dog is just going to take down the cameras. Like usual. So if you wanna check us out on a Sunday and streaming on a 360 camera, which will actually show you my whole game room, you can do that. So if we say something weird, that's technically where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So the TARDIS materialized in this what looks like woods, and Dodo thinks it's somewhere near London. It's got to be. It surely can be this place because if I down that path right there, is probably some landmark, of course. Then she notices that a lot of the different animals and things are from varying different places. Like they run into an elephant from India, which you obviously would not find in a park in London. So.
I refer to one of the latest episodes of Doctor Who on the Thames with an elephant from India.
Well, we don't know if that was an Indian elephant or an African elephant, do we?
I think it was probably an African elephant. It's still an elephant on the Thames in London.
But as they pointed out, was first of all that there's a lot of different things from different places, and then so the Doctor's the one who's like, and there's no sky, because it's basically a big metal box.
Big metal box.
Because they're on it, and you know they touch the ground and it's shaking, and of course that's because it's a spaceship. But they're like, they mean that there are more elephants? Yeah. It's a spaceship. And then we catch a glimpse. Well, we caught a glimpse even before the TARDIS landed of the Cyclops creatures called the Monoids. And they're like a bushy-haired, almost looks like the kind of haircut on the Beatles. But longer. Covering up their face because their eyeball is in their mouth. Or I should say where their mouth is supposed to be.
Which is more apparent in that first one.
Right.
Than it is on
a lot of the later ones, yeah. Especially when they start talking.
Yeah, because they're covering up their mouth.
Right.
So they don't look like they're talking.
But when they start talking is 700 years later.
Mm.
Right now, it's so you see the Monoids, and then you see the people running the ship called Guardians are humans, and the Monoids, they communicate with them using like sign language.
Just hand gestures.
Which is usually telling the Monoids what to do, which shows you as much like the Ood, where it's like this is an alien species that humans are using as kind of servants.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm not defending them in any way, but were they using them as servants, or were the Monoids just doing that because they're doing that initially?
You don't really know.
But the thing is that something later happens, and they're not treated exactly the same.
Yeah, till later you don't really know much about how they're being treated. But they don't seem to be being treated poorly. It's they're told what to do, but they seem like a much simpler race as well. So it's...
The Ood wanted to be
the Ood
more
wanted
like
to serve.
servants, so why not these people?
They were like Meeseeks.
They wanted to. They're like what? They're like what?
Meeseeks. Oh, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. You don't watch Rick and Morty?
No. I went over this recently with somebody else. I don't watch Rick and Morty. I can't get over Rick. I can't get over how Rick looks.
Why?
The vomit.
Oh. What do you want?
Hawkeye is now bugging
Lots
Anthony.
of licking the jowls for some reason.
Well, she hasn't been out for a while, so she's bugging because of that. Remember, usually when it's not raining, we go out every hour. So probably
actually more than every hour because the episodes are like 24 minutes.
Okay, we go out every 24 minutes.
And now the dog is speaking to us.
She does talk.
We should just wait this out.
Actually, what's gonna happen? No, it's gonna turn into a bad situation. Yeah? I love you. Thank you for saying it back. I'm gonna lock you in here. Because I know what you want to do. You want to go. have to, but you have to wait. You have to. We should just start this over again.
Probably.
Because now all I'm doing is talking to a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you're going to cut this out. We should just start this over again. I'm going to take care of this problem.
Yeah, you go take care of the problem. We'll start this over again. Oi! Oi! Which I'm guessing has to do with bathroom.
Yes. Because if I leave this, it's going to be on my floor. Which I don't think I would do. I see you. We gotta go. I got it.
Yeah? What was that all about?
Want to go outside? Oh, you did pause it. We will be back momentarily. Oh, that thing's dying again?
Yeah, it's got 30%.
Yeah, we'll be done by then.
Hope so.
You had every opportunity. Do not mess with me. You are now stuck in here because you're going to poo in here. I know you're going to poo somewhere.
Alright. Let's get this party started again. Take 2. The Ark.
know if we start it over or just keep going and just cut
Well,
that crap out.
at this point, I don't remember what we were talking about, so I think we gotta start over again.
Teen accidentally kills 19-year-old girlfriend with a gun. He... ... That sounds horrible.
Okay. This seems like it's listing to start.
Video say what?
Alright, let's go.
I think it has to record. You
Yeah.
didn't press that button.
I didn't yet, because you're close. Red lights on?
Stop burping.
Stop calling attention to it. Do it so much.
You do realize that your mic is right next
Yes,
to your...
I do realize. So as quiet as it is here, it's not quiet here.
Nope.
Okay. Well, if I didn't eat a dragon egg, maybe I wouldn't be belching so much.
Best
What
thing
the hell
about
was in
what
it?
you just said was that you ate a dragon egg.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what that means. But
Well,
no
people
one
are,
knows
but
what
they're
that
also
means.
not gonna. Well, unless they're watching that, they're not gonna.
Or
see
they're
it.
checking out my Instagram because I'm going to put it up on Instagram. Yeah. The HV Millennial on Instagram. Because I have to do this all over again because we stopped this because my dog decided it was a good time to bark at me and tell me she has to go out and then not go out.
Well, the dog did go out, just did not go out.
Worst dog ever
Hmm.
when you want them to go. Even though I trained her right. She's like, no, it's raining. I'm going to go in the house.
Hmm.
Anyway, so the HV Millennial is my Instagram account where you can actually check me out going around the Hudson Valley and taking photos of everything that
Just
I
so
think.
people can check you out.
Well, right now they're definitely checking me out, especially if my shirt's low enough. Anyway, I'm going.
Did y'all get that?
I'm on video on a 362. And I think no matter what, my shirt's low enough. Anyway, so the HV Millennial is me going around the Hudson Valley and trying to find some cool places to hang out and enjoy life as either a rich person or a millennial. I will sometimes tell you if it's really cool and how much it costs. Usually I do it when it costs a lot less than everybody thinks it costs. So, but yeah. Or it costs a lot more than everybody thinks it costs. For example, we went to Lake Minnewaska yesterday for just walking around with the 2 dogs that are in the room that I was just talking about. And that cost us $10 to go, unless you're going to get yourself water and provisions and all that stuff.
That's to
the
bring that
extras.
stuff with you.
Yes. But it was, to park, it was $10 to park. 1 car. Not bad. And you're kind of providing stuff for the government.
Yeah, they need more money.
It's still nice. It's very nice.
Picture a person with a sailor hat going like this. 'Cause that's what they're doing.
Alright, so let's get this ball rolling.
Right. So, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Kristen, and this is DW Something.
You did it.
What'd I do?
You did it once. You blinked.
Yeah, it's called DW Don't Blink.
Right.
That's it.
And we watched episode 23, The Ark.
Yeah, and you're not looking for it on
No.
your
I
thing
remembered
this
it.
time. Yes, you did.
It's actually the 5th serial of season 3.
It was the one that actually had video!
Right. The whole thing exists. This aired between March 5th, 1966 through the 26th of March.
Through the mod period.
And the ratings actually went up. The first episode to the last.
Mod time. She looked like a mod at the end.
Ooh.
The main girl, she looks like a mod.
The main girl? What's the
it's a
main
style. Oh, companion.
Oh, Dodo.
Yes, she's gonna go extinct.
Our new companion from last episode.
She has Doctor has a very good track record of making sure his new women companion stay alive. And her name is the Dodo. Somebody's going extinct.
She confused us at the beginning of the episode. Coming out in like a medieval-ish jester's outfit.
Where did she get the outfit?
Well, they didn't explain it for a while, but the TARDIS landed in what looked like woods.
And eventually the Doctor
She
script.
bolts from the TARDIS and just starts wandering around, which Steven freaks out about.
Can't blame him.
Especially because she's dressed as she is.
Yeah, right.
Out of place just about anywhere.
Yeah, that really didn't last long, that style. Nope.
No.
Maybe like 5 years.
And no explanations. It almost made you think, like, did we miss an episode? Are we watching the right one?
Yeah, my immediate response the whole entire time was, where did she get that outfit? I didn't care what she was doing, which was walking around, looking at creatures and being like, that's one
and
from
I know everything about nature.
And that's nature stuff, and this is nature stuff.
Yeah.
No, why are you dressed like a jester? No, she wasn't dressed like a jester. She was dressed like a squire. Why are you dressed like a squire? Like
that's squirey, Dodo.
Yes. Squirrel. What?
But then, like, the Doctor comes out, and he's looking around, and they see an elephant. And they remark that this is an Indian elephant, because she thinks this could be a park right near London. It's like, oh, it could be this park. That path leads to this. And
it could be.
And when they see the Indian elephant is when they realize that the animals and things they're seeing are from all different areas.
Nope. The newest episode had an elephant on the Thames.
Mm-hmm.
This could still be London.
But it also didn't have a carnival going on. We could have escaped from the carnival.
How do you know? They could have been in the carnival.
Yeah, but you didn't see anything else. You just saw an elephant wandering the woods.
Hid it in the carnival.
You're being as impossible as Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's a different impossible.
So, because the Doctor notices that there's no sky. The sky is all just metal that light is generating from it. And then they touch the ground. Is this when you fell asleep? And it's vibrating, so like, oh, does this mean there might be more elephants? And
Stampede!
Of course, they're on a spaceship. And we actually got our first glimpse of one of the occupants of the spaceship.
Wait a second.
The monoid before the TARDIS landed.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Speaking about Dodo, Dodo's trying to make this whole environment extinct. She has a cold.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, we have to include the cold
she's
before
like
she meets the other
and
people.
Sneezing.
Because there's a very good moment where Steve, is that his name? I still want to call him Ian. Steve is right up next to her, holding her mouth shut.
Well, and that's, of course, we see this monoid, which is this creature with this sort of long hair and an eyeball where the mouth usually is.
In fact,
So you catch this glimpse of it, and as they're looking around, they suddenly, what happens is, you then cut to, you see the people who run the ship are humans, but you also see that they're working with these creatures, these monoids. And they communicate with them using hand gestures, like a sign language. And it's clear that the humans are running things and they're asking these guys like what to do. Which it would be good if you had that sign language for Hawkeye. Go to bathroom.
Yeah, no. Hawkeye, she talks. You heard her talking.
Yes, I did.
She was literally talking to us.
Yes, the monoids do not talk till much later. About 700 years.
Spoilers.
Yes, we're spoiling our own podcast. We're giving spoilers of our own podcast.
We're doing spoilers over spoilers.
But what happens is they detect that there are strangers on board, and an alarm goes off, and that's when they all run into this cave. Because when they try to go back to the TARDIS, there's a bunch of monoids around the TARDIS. So they run into this cave, and Ian has to hold her mouth shut because she's sneezing.
Yeah.
Which is important because this is a la War of the Worlds. This is someone with a 20th century germ on a ship full of humans and monoids.
Who have long not seen the 20th century germ,
Right.
which is now far back in their DNA, and they've never seen it anymore. It's like, you know, you get a germ and then you become immune to it, but then later on in the next generations, they don't know it exists. It's like smallpox, I guess. Smallpox were to exist again. And we didn't have vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Speaking, by the way, of our spoilers of spoilers, if you want to catch us doing this and or just watching the episodes and me being me and him being him, you can totally do that every Sunday that we are hanging out, because we are going to be starting to do, and what we're doing right now, 360 videos. So you can either stare at us, apparently check me out, or you can you can try and see the screen if it's not too bright.
Yeah.
So.
TV's pretty bright.
TV is pretty bright, but there was a few times where I did notice that you could see TV.
But,
anyway, back to it.
So eventually, of course, they bring the... Well, what happens is the first thing you see is them punishing somebody who made a mistake. The guy was some kind of engineer or something. There was something he didn't do. Could have caused a malfunction on the ship. So he was basically sentenced to being shrunk down to a microorganism and be left like that for a long time.
I feel very sciencey in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we see that, and of course now they have these strangers, and, you know, I was about to say Susan that time. Dodo is...
She looks like Susan.
She looks very much like Susan.
You know what it was? It was because, remember, Vicky didn't look like Susan, and she refused to look like Susan. Then they brought on a woman who looked like Barbara. And then they brought on, they brought on another one that looked like Susan, then they killed her. And then they brought on one that looked like Barbara, and then they killed her. And now we have another Susan-esque girl.
Right.
It's like them trying to replace David Tennant.
So they find out this is an ARC ship, and they show them where they've basically shrunken down thousands of people, and they store them in these bins, and this is the famous mirror room.
Yes, they put a camera into the room where they start coming into the room, and you can clearly see it's a mirror on the side, and they're talking about how they have millions and millions of these microorganisms, and they turn the thing around so you can see duplicate of whatever they already had, which
it's the mirror trick in TV.
Yes. But
not executed very well. You can kind of tell.
A mirror.
And basically the reason why they've left Earth is going to be destroyed because the sun's going to expand. Which, of course, we saw in the first Eccleston? Where the sun was, they were kind of watching the end of the world?
The second one. The first one was with the plastic beings that apparently are in, like,
that's right,
the
then
Fourth Doctor
Rose wanted to be taken to see space. The future.
Where they played Toxic as one of the great songs of Earth.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because they lose all sense of taste in the future?
Toxic by Britney Spears.
Yes.
You realize at this point in time, we have our classics that are already hit, like the Beatles,
The Who,
Frank
Led
Sinatra,
Zeppelin, Beethoven.
Mozart, stuff that are hit. And they decide to sell out and play Toxic. I'm upset.
Not your favorite, huh?
Well, honestly, the song was okay. It wasn't a great song. I would never say that was a great song, but it was okay. Britney's Britney. A lot of people in 2005 were very much on the Britney wagon. There's still, there's still a lot of people on Britney. I think she's been in Vegas for a while.
Yeah, well, that's where they go after their careers start to go down.
I don't know. I think it's more out of laziness too. Don't get me wrong. Cher's trying to bring stuff up. I think it's where they go, where they're taking a hiatus. Not really where their careers go away. It's just I'm on hiatus right now. But she's done TV shows and stuff like that. But anyway, we digress. Back to the show.
We digress. So people start getting sick on the Ark, and both Guardians and Monoids. But of course, like the Monoids, they're servants. There's not quite so much worry about them passing away. But when the Guardians start getting sick,
which one of them does pass away?
Yeah, it's like uh-oh. And of course, with Susan,
elephants got
Dodo
sick.
being sick.
Animals got sick. The elephants got sick. The other animals got sick. The first thing you see that dies is a monoid, and then the main guardian is now getting
ill.
like, I'm hot.
Yes.
And the three that came there are like, it's a cold. You've never had a cold before?
Right. And they haven't had a cold before.
Yes, and they haven't.
Right. So now, once a guardian dies, now it's like, well, these strangers have brought this disease onto the ship. And by their rules, and of course their head guy is incapacitated. He's lying in bed because he's got a cold. So the second in command is kind of like, well, we're going to try them, and the usual punishments are either miniaturization or getting expelled from the ship. They're going to expel them from the ship, and it's only, the doctor's saying, like, look, let me try to help you come up with a way to stop this, instead of...
Because he did fix something prior to this.
Right.
I don't know what he did, but he did do something that was helpful.
And so finally the head guy from his bed, these two people who are, they're kind of close to the head guy in helping him run things, they bring him a microphone, and he says, no, let them try to help, let them use Steve as the guinea pig for whatever they come up with. If he's cured, then we know that the doctor was able to do it, and everything will be fine. So the doctor comes up with a cure, and they pass it around, and everything seems fine.
So they go on their merry way.
They go on their merry way to the
Into
TARDIS,
the
and the TARDIS dematerializes, and they're on the slow cart.
Yeah, the slow cart that makes
slow,
a lot
loud
of noise.
Cart driven by a monoid to the TARDIS. They get out. Dodo waves to the monoid. They hop in. TARDIS dematerializes and rematerializes.
And there's no more slow cart.
And
This
there's
is where
no
it
cart. There's no anything, and they're all like, "Why are we back here?" And as they walk around, they realize they're not seeing anybody.
First
There's no
and
one around.
foremost thing they see, which was explained by the Guardians in the previous
Once they were
situation.
building a statue.
They were building the statue, and it was built like a human being.
Yeah,
and
they
it
showed
looked,
them the plans
It looks
on
like
it.
an Egyptian human statue. So now they're in the future, and
Well,
what do they see?
and
They
they
see
also-
the statue
Well, they had
done.
also told them that they were building the statue in such a way that it was being built as they fly to this planet. It's going to take 700 years, and when the statue is done is basically when they're going to be there. So
the statue's done, so which means they're there.
right. So it's and that it's been 700 years.
And it's been 700 years, and the statue is not humanoid.
Right. The head's been changed. It's a monoid head.
Yes. Which gives you an absolutely
Which is
clear
odd because
view.
the monoids have different hands and feet than humans.
And they also have, a lot of hair that monoid did not have.
No, it had very short hair. It's a short-haired monoid
I don't
statue.
think it had any hair.
But you could kind of see had the idea of kind of hair.
Oh, okay.
It was a very Egyptian-looking statue, as I think you pointed out when we were watching.
Yes,
And they showed the plan.
think probably halfway through that, it's probably like a tree. If you actually look at the statue, if it were to have looked at the statue properly, halfway through it, they were like deciding to change to monoid.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of your first indication something is amiss.
Yes.
And then when you see the monoids, they now have this thing around their necks, whereas before they really weren't adorned with anything. And it's this almost sash-looking thing comes to a box with a circle, and it has a number on it. And of course, you see number 2, number 1, number 3, number 4, all these different numbered monoids.
And they live in a village. And forevermore, they're going after number 6.
Yes. They want to know what he knows.
The president.
And he's looking for number 1.
Yes, and he becomes number 1.
Mm.
And then the whole village destroys itself.
So what we find out is, and the monoids, it's like they notice, and they actually watch the video of the doctor and them leaving, like this old video. This is, everyone's like, this is like the doctor returned.
Yeah. So they're
700
like, why are you
years
here?
later. Why are you here? And they explain what happened was basically the cure for this cold made the humans, he seems to infer that it made the humans a little bit more, like... Weak.
Mentally.
Right. And that allowed the monoids, who were basically being treated like slaves, which didn't seem to me they were being treated that horribly, except they really weren't free. They had to do what people told them.
They were kind of free. They really weren't chained or anything like that.
They were treating the Guardians much worse. I mean, the first thing we see is a guy like drops something or makes a mistake, and he like basically gets shot.
Yeah.
So they are treating the Guardians a lot worse than you ever see the Guardians treating them.
And the Guardians wanted to take the monoids with them to what they were going to go.
The Guardians
to
were
the
taking
place.
the monoids with them to the planet. They were going to obviously take them to the planet. There was no inference that they were going to do anything untoward. And as we find out later, the monoids' plan is to leave the Guardians, including the ones that are assisting them, the ones that the rest of the Guardians hate because they're collaborating, and
they're going to leave them on the spaceship.
And they're leaving a bomb on the spaceship.
And the bomb is the statue.
Right.
Dun, dun,
And
dun.
they're basically going to, this is going to be our planet, and we're going to kill off all of the humans.
Yep.
Which seems to me they're treating the humans a lot worse than they were treated.
They're so bad that they get to the planet that they've been traveling to for 700 years.
And the planet is Refusis.
And they take a shuttle down with the doctor and Dodo because Steve has been put into the
kitchen.
The kitchen.
Where the humans work.
Yes, because he was rebellious.
Right.
So he gets put into the kitchen. So the doctor and Dodo are now down on the planet with
number 2. And a couple of others.
And number 2 walks into... They find out there's people on this planet.
Well, what we immediately
see first, though...
They land. They come off the ship. They don't see anybody, but they see a town. So there must be people, but why don't we see any people? And then you see on the ship, you see like a cushion squeezed down, and you see like the door control being, manipulated. First they close the door, and then it opens, and you hear this little voice like, okay. So you know that basically it tells you that the people on this planet are invisible.
Yes. So anyway, so you get to this point where number 2 goes into one of the homes, and he decides to start throwing things around because nobody's around.
Right. I'm going to bring them out I'm going to just start. First he smashes something on the floor, and then he grabs something else, and with this ruckus, I'm going to make them come out and come to see me because I'm number 1, and they're going to have to bow to me. In essence, was how he was acting.
Because he was being a little child
who
wanted it his way.
They're like, you shouldn't do that. Stop that.
The creatures on Confucius turned into, I kept calling them God.
Yeah.
So, because they're just a voice out of nowhere.
Right.
And
very deep voice out of nowhere.
On top of that, during this time, they basically zapped him with kind of like a mental ray or something like that. Something happens.
Well, it's we
Or
kind
he
of
has
we
to put
kind
it
of
down.
left out with this thing around their neck now. They used to speak. They got the humans to build this thing. Like we even got them to build this, which gives them the ability to speak now. So it's not just hand gestures anymore. And that's that thing with the number on it.
Yep.
It's basically their little talkie box.
Yes. And I think I saw 77 at one point. Or 22.
Yeah.
The numbers are really weird. So it's either 22 or 77.
But you had number 2 on the planet. You had number 1, 3, and 4 were all up, and these are obviously they're numbered based on number 1 being the most important guy. So these are number 2 is his second in command. Number 3 and 4 are his third and fourth. So they're basically just waiting for a report from number 2. And when number 2, and the voice is like, not very condescending to them. It's not someone who's going to be a pushover.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like, this ain't your planet, buddy.
Yeah, he was like, you either live here
peacefully or don't come.
Or in what happens to number 2 next, which is he goes back to his spaceship
To try to warn the Ark about the invisible people.
And the spaceship goes
Boom.
So yeah.
And that's in the middle of him communicating with the Ark. Just suddenly he's like, I need to tell you about, and that's it. The communication goes dead. So number 1 is there, like,
what just happened?
Okay, so
all
then
right, we're just all gonna go down.
Right. They're waiting. They don't hear anything more. So they're like, you know what? They set the bomb for 12 hours.
And in between this, the humans on the spaceship have found out that there is a bomb.
Right.
And they are actually trying to figure out a way to get to the bomb and take care of it, like get it off the ship. So,
and how they find out is one of the guys sneaks out of the kitchen when one of the collaborators comes in.
He was one of the collaborators.
No, the collaborator came into the kitchen.
No, he was a collaborator.
They made like he was going in there.
But he was the
he
one
left the door open.
He's the one who knew that it was happening.
Right.
He left the door open and they snuck out to go find everything else.
Right. But they snuck out. There was only one guy that snuck out at that time. Because he was like, where's so-and-so? And they're like, oh, he's sleeping. And there's like a lump in the bed. And this guy had snuck out. And then once the monoids and the collaborator were away from the kitchen, he goes back, opens the door, and lets everyone else out.
Yeah.
And they all like, okay, we need to, and meanwhile the monoids are headed to the landing bay and they all take off. And you see the landing ships all taking off. They're like, okay, we need to go find. So one thing they don't know, which is off camera because the monoid, they point to where the bomb is, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
So they have no idea. But I wouldn't imagine you had to search the whole ship. The guy pointed. You knew what room he was in. That's the room you search.
They're not smart.
No, not very smart.
No.
And of course, it's the room with the statue. So eventually, you have a much better chance, I would think, of finding it if you didn't just go running around searching the whole ship. But so they're searching for the bomb. They have no idea where it is. The doctor, once 1, 3, 4, and all the rest of them show up, the doctor goes to talk to them because he's like, they're not going to be surprised that I'm here because I came down with the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
also one of the Confucius people now that they're on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well. Oh, okay. Never mind.
They don't know about the
invisible people. I got distracted for a second.
Right. So the doctor's like, I need to find, because the doctor gets on the communicator after the monoids have left the ships. He goes on to one of them and communicates with the Ark. They say there's a bomb here and we don't know where it is. So the doctor's like, well, I'll go talk to them to try to find out. And I'm like, well, how are you going to talk to them? He's like, well, I came down with them. They know I'm here. They don't know anything about the invisible people, so they shouldn't be surprised. So he just goes up like, hey, how you doing?
And one of the invisible people stays into that ship and takes it up back to the spaceship.
Takes it back to the Ark, so he can try to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And And so now, like, the doctor's talking to them, and eventually they find out, overhearing them discussing the bomb in the statue, they find out where it is. So
they're now looking at the statue, and they have no idea how to move it.
Well, meanwhile, also, you catch that number 4 and number 3 are critical of number 1. They're like, he's made a lot of mistakes. Any more mistakes, we're going to have to, take him out. And the doctor goes and, tells them, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get the statue out. And the voice, God, is like,
I got this.
I got it.
And he picks the thing up, and all of a sudden the door on the side of the ship gets much larger than it's ever been before, and he goes, ready to shoot, and throws the thing out. Throws the thing, not shoot.
Yeah.
It's not a torpedo. He just throws it out, and it goes boom.
Boom, of course.
Meanwhile, on the surface of the planet, there are these people that are fighting each other, and
the monoids start fighting each other.
Yes.
Because 3 and 4 attack 1 and anybody backing him. They basically form 2 monoid groups.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are behind number 1, the ones that are behind number 3 and 4. And they start fighting and killing off each other. So it's like, well, there's less and less monoids to worry about at this point. And now the Ark is safe. So the Guardians are safe. And eventually they end up disarming the monoids that are left.
Mm. And
at that point, the refusoids are like, okay, here's the deal. If you guys want to live here, you have to make peace with the monoids. If you guys make peace, you can all stay.
And that's the end.
And that's basically the end.
We are back in the TARDIS again.
We're back in the TARDIS, and they take off, dematerialize. They launch, like the statue.
They were shot into space and time.
Well, and you see the Doctor start to fade out and fade back in.
And then fade back out.
And I think it's Dodo who noticed it at first. She's like, Doctor,
where are you?
Yeah. And he's like, I'm right here.
What are you talking about?
And they're like, no, you're not. You keep coming in and out. And he's like, and the Doctor